ആ ഇമോജി ഡിസേബിൾ ചെയ്യാൻ മറന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. Once again, people, this is my official YouTube channel. Any queries or concerns are there, please send it over here. PDF format, you may send the PYQs from 2013 onwards. Pabad, all the 4 GS and essay. Now, in the last class, we have just wound up with Mary Parker Foley. And with Mary Parker Foley, we found out she had given us a few things to ponder about. That is, integration is the best way to resolve a conflict. Don't try to go for domination. Authority should come from the situation. Delegation of authority is a myth. Communication should be there horizontally, vertically, and between the people, all of that. And we saw to what extent it is good, what extent it is bad. Clear? We saw the PYQs. That is what where we have wound up. Today, we are going to start with the motivational school. All right. Now, with motivational school, the thing is, you have really two main thinkers, Maslow and Herzberg. But in this chapter, this leadership, morale, motivation chapter, if you actually see, this is a chapter from where every year one question will come. But 99% of the time, that question is new. That topic is new. That means they are not repeating it. Say, for example, which are the content and process theories of motivation? This is once a direct question was asked. Afterwards, they did not discuss about it much. Clear? They did not discuss about it much. That is once only the topic came. Even this year also, if you see, there was an ERG theory of motivation. Never asked before, never asked again. Clear? So, we will do this. After this, we will also try to do these standalone once a time or just once asked topics. Clear? So that we are prepared in the event if they ask. And when they ask also, it is very, very direct. We don't have to interpret it, analyze it, understand it. Aisa nahi hai. When they are asking it, they are straight away asking the theory. Because what my reasoning for that is, कहीं ना कहीं यूपीएससी ऑल्सो नोस ये थिंकर या फिर ये टॉपिक पढ़ा नहीं होगा. सो दे स्ट्रेट अवे आस्क अ डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन बिकॉज उतना ज्यादा थिंकर्स है यहां पर. ये लीडरशिप मोरल मोटिवेशन वाले चैप्टर में वी डू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ थिंकर्स. So after finishing of these two main thinkers, we will do these single topics one by one. And कुछ अगर additional topics भी है वो भी हम खत्म करेंगे यहां पर ही. Clear? So that is what we are going to do. Good afternoon, Lipika. Good afternoon, Ashish. Good afternoon, Suganya. So Abraham Maslow, 1908 to 1970. He gave two things. One thing only, one theory only, that is need hierarchy. Then we will be doing his evaluation. The introduction part, as usual, this is for your information only, to write your intro. He was an American sociologist. He is known for the conceptualization of the hierarchy of human needs. Hierarchy. What is it? We will come to it. Human behavior is a reflection of their conscious and unconscious goals. इंसान का बर्ताव जो है वो किस चीज के ऊपर डिपेंड करेगा? जानबूझकर वो क्या चाहते हैं, अनजान में भी वो क्या चाहते हैं, अनकॉन्शियस लेवल पर वो क्या चाहते हैं, इसके ऊपर ये डिपेंड करेगा. इट कैन बी एनालाइज्ड फ्रॉम देयर एक्शंस एंड द मोटिव्स बिहाइंड देम. सो ह्यूमन बिहेवियर, इफ यू सी, यू विल गेट टू नो व्हाई पीपल आर डूइंग सर्टेन थिंग्स. What is the reason behind it? You will get to know from what? Actions and motives. Maslow's contribution in the form of his need hierarchy is significant in organizational research. Maslow's theory is not synonymous with behavioral theory, as motivation is only one class of determinant of human behavior. That is why under behavioral school, we are not putting them. Getting the point? Motivation to do something, not to do something. It's only a part of human behavior. It is not the main ingredient. Some of you are motivated to study every day. कुछ भी हो जाए, you will sit, you will read, you will do everything. बाकी के मेजॉरिटी, आज पढ़ने का मन नहीं है, आज ये करने का मन नहीं है, अरे अभी भी एक और क्लास, अरे और कितना. People who complain like that, they are not going to crack civil service. Take it from me. The people who understand, ठीक है, I have to do this, there is no other go, is this exam demands this level of preparation, they do it. What is the reason for their working it, their work or their focus? That reason is discipline. Not motivation. मोटिवेशन का कहानी बस सिंपल है. आज मोटिवेटेड है, कल नहीं होगा. That motivation will keep on changing. Getting the point? Discipline, that is not the case. कुछ भी हो जाए, they will do that activity. Getting the perspective here. That is why we say motivation is only one aspect of human behavior. बस एक हिस्सा है. It does not define the complete behavior. Clear? Now coming to need hierarchy. Any doubts till here? Any doubts? Any questions? All right. This is the need hierarchy that he gave. That is, at the bottom you have physiological needs. Physiological needs means शरीर का चाहत. शरीर क्या चाहते हैं? खाना, पानी, सेहत. करेक्ट. उसके ऊपर you have safety needs. Shelter, stability. Stability का मतलब नौकरी के साथ, professional stability, finance, all of that. उसके ऊपर you have belonging needs. Love and inclusion. दोस्त लोग, एक social circle, प्यार व्यार. Esteem needs. Power, recognition and prestige. Power, recognition, to be recognized. Izzat, all of that. Finally, you have self-actualization, which is the need for development and creativity. That is, it is nothing to do with money, status, nothing. You want to explore something beyond all of that. To do something great for the society, to contribute for the society, all of that. You're not expecting anything in return. Clear? So you can see these are put in different levels. Lowest level per you have Sharir ka bhook. Highest level per you have being what completely society के लिए क्या करे, इंसानियत के लिए क्या करे, all that. What Maslow is telling is the need hierarchy always follows a direction. और वो डायरेक्शन क्या है? नीचे से ऊपर. नीचे से ऊपर ही जाएगा, बीच से या ऊपर से नीचे ऐसे नहीं. You'll only start from the bottom level and go to the higher level. And what he is telling is, अब ये lower level का जब तक लोअर लेवल नीड इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड, if it is not satisfied, higher level need will not arise. मतलब जब तक भूख है, प्यास है, हेल्थ नहीं है, शेल्टर और स्टेबिलिटी के बारे में कोई नहीं सोचेगा। पहला खाना, खाना तो मिलना चाहिए। जो खाने का इंतजाम नहीं कर सकता वो क्या शेल्टर के बारे में सोचेगा? Getting the point here? He will not think about buying a plot of land and constructing a home and all, because his main concern is सुबह का खा लिया, अब दोपहर का क्या करूं? दोपहर खाना नहीं मिला, क्या रात को खाना मिलेगा या नहीं, मालूम नहीं है। So until and unless the lower level need is not satisfied, higher level need will not arise. Now what if that person gets a job? And now what happens? अब तो खाने का चक्कर नहीं है, खाना इज डन। खाना, पानी, सेहत, टेकन केयर। So automatically you will now start thinking about what? थोड़ा और बेहतरीन जॉब, so that थोड़ा और बेहतरीन जॉब। So you will start worrying about this now. Once he has safety needs etc taken care of, then he will start thinking about what? अब थोड़ा शादी वादी करने का टाइम आ गया है। Then it will be what? Belonging needs. So ऐसे ऐसे एक एक लेवल कर कर ही इंसान का नीड्स ऊपर ऊपर तक जाएगा। And only on the reasonable satisfaction of a lower need only a higher need will arise. Agar lower need is not satisfied, then they will not think about the higher need. This is what he has said. Okay, अब ये सही है या गलत है, we will see it in a while. पहले we will understand what is his theory. He arranged each need in a hierarchy. And he basically told lower level से ही सारा needs ऊपर तक जाएगा। जब तक एक लोअर लेवल नीड अच्छी तरीके से सेटिस्फाइड नहीं होता है, इंसान उसके ऊपर वाले नीड के बारे में सोचेगा भी नहीं। दिस इज द पॉइंट। एनी डाउट्स? आगे, Maslow's theory is based on the idea of prepotency of needs. At one end of his need hierarchy is low order needs, and at the other end is higher order needs. As the lower needs are satisfied, it leads to the next unfulfilled higher order needs. This is what it means. Prepotency. Prepotency of needs का मतलब सिर्फ इतना है, अगर lower order need satisfy जब तक नहीं होता है, higher order need will not arise. As the lower order needs are satisfied, it will lead to the next. A satisfied need no longer motivates a person. एक बार खाने का इंतजाम सब कुछ हो गया है, they will not worry about खाना anymore. The fulfillment of a lower order need is a precondition for a higher order need to emerge. Again, same thing. जब तक lower order need fulfill ना होता है, higher order need does not arise. Clear? Any doubts on that? Because that is the only point you have to understand here. उसके बाद nothing is there. Any doubts? All right. So physiological needs, they are synonymous with biological needs. Physiological needs means biological, यानी कि hunger, thirst, sex, etc. Until these needs are satisfied, there is no room for other needs. If one has now understand biological need for sex, companionship, दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं. Getting the point here? दोनों अलग चीजें हैं. Until these needs are satisfied, there is no room for other needs. If one has missed physiological needs most of their life, then it will be the main motivating force. यानी कि if you actually look at Indian society also, why is it that there is so much of negative perception towards the girl child? One reason could possibly be that we are a sexually frustrated society. Getting the point? Like I was going through some article again. So there they had told ours is a country where talking to a stranger is not okay, but marrying a stranger is perfectly fine. Getting the point here? And if you really look at the Western cultures and other cultures, even East Asian cultures also, there you will see that dating, etc. starts somewhere around 14, 15 alone itself. So there is not much, I'm not telling that violent crimes don't take place in these cities. It does take place, but not to the extent how it happens in our country. Rapes happen everywhere. That is there. But murdering a girl child, marrying off a girl child very quickly just because, okay, she's a burden, that only happens in our case. One major reason for that is lack of sex education and a clear lack of availability of opportunities for sex. So here again, if you see, the large part of the thing is what? Largely it is to do with what? Only prostitutes. Through prostitutes only sex availability is there. You don't have it naturally where you can date a person, hang out with them sometime and then decide whether you want to spend time with them. That culture is still yet to take place in India. So overall, if you see, Indian men, the way they treat women, the way they look at women, the way they whistle, comment at women, etc., is largely because of what? One reason, what they have missed a physiological need in their life. That is one reason. No, again, lack of sex education also, and again, lack of access. That is in my school and all, I still remember. That is, even if you talk to a girl, it was considered to be a bad thing. Getting the point here? So, one reason that could be it. People who have always satisfied a need are capable of tolerating its deprivation in the future. मतलब जो खाना अच्छी तरह से खाते हैं रोज, one day he decides, okay, today I don't want to eat anything. Why? He's having food. So even if one day food is not there, he can live with it. It won't be a very big motivating factor for him or her. Clear? Aage. Safety or security needs. Human beings search for safety and security from natural calamities, dangers, and deprivations. This need arises once the physiological needs are satisfied. The physiological needs satisfied, then everybody tries to look for what? Safety and security. Another feature of the safety need is to have a routine and rhythm in life. Routine or rhythm का मतलब है simply means predictability. The reason why all of you are preparing for government job. That is the reason. You want a safety, you want a security, you want a sense of rhythm. क्योंकि मालूम है हाँ 10 बजे जाना है ऑफिस, 5 बजे वापस आना है, सैलरी आएंगे हर महीने, बेवजह nobody is going to remove you from your job. वो गारंटी है. Getting the point here. That is why all of you are preparing. In an orderly and peaceful society, safety needs are taken care by the government. Again, if you go to foreign countries and all, they even have an unemployment allowance. Getting the point here. There it is pretty easy to leave even if you don't have a job. And predictability, everything is there in those societies also. You don't get big jhatkas and all there, like how it is in our country. Road we know it will be developed properly, bus we know where it will go, etc. So predictability is a general aspect of what the Western life. That is why people prefer to go abroad and settle there. Because they know, okay, this is where my life is headed to. India mein you cannot, until and unless you are not filthy rich or you are politically connected, you won't be able to predict anything in your life. Kal kya hoga? Getting the point. Belonging and love needs. Human being is a social animal. This need arises on the satisfaction of physiological and safety need. Like how I told you over here in the diagram. That is, ये दोनों नीड satisfied हो गया, अब ये नीड. तो इसके पीछे भागेंगे. जैसे ये दोनों नीड satisfy होता है, people will be feeling for what? Belonging need. Every person craves for affectionate relationship and for belongingness. Need for love is not synonymous with sex, which is a mere physiological need. So to spend time with someone for the rest of your life, that is the feeling here. And it should not be equated with sex. Like these days, we know there is something called as speed dating also that has started taking place in our country and everywhere. Speed dating. That is dating different people for very short duration. Where mostly there is no mental attachment or emotional connect. It is only physical. Everything is just physical. Getting the point. So that is just a physiological need. They're just satisfying their sexual urges. But here what it is, love, when we talk about, you fall in love, you're emotionally connected to the person, you're possessive about the person, you want to spend the rest of your life with that person. Clear? Any doubts still here? Any doubts? Esteem needs. Every individual has a desire for respect and recognition from society. People normally have a high estimate of themselves. Self-esteem needs can be divided into two: achievement needs. Desire to be with, self-confidence, desire to possess strength, assertiveness, and independence. खुद का एक ताकत, power, assertiveness. जैसे कि when I say something, I get that work done. I command respect. I'm a confident individual. I have physical strength with me. All of these are what? Achievement needs. You get a sense of feeling that हाँ मैंने कुछ हासिल किया है जिंदगी में, कुछ पाया है जिंदगी में. That sort of a feeling. Recognition needs aspiring respect from others, recognition in society, attracting attention, and to be an important person. कमरे के अंदर जैसे ही आपने कदम रख लिया, पूरा भीड़ जो है कमरे के अंदर, सबके नजर आपके ऊपर है. That is recognition needs. To be recognized. Nobody will ever say that I don't want to be recognized. Please treat me like a furniture. Nobody will say that. Everybody loves to be recognized. Getting the point? It is as good as when some people say money is not important in life. Either they were already born rich or they have seen enough money in their life that now it doesn't give them happiness anymore. But everybody needs money. Everybody needs respect also. Again, satisfaction of esteem needs makes a person confident, adequate and useful. जब खुद का इज्जत है, recognition है, automatically you will feel what? Very confident and adequate. Adequate का मतलब है you don't require anything from outside. किसी बाहर के आदमी के तारीफ या किसी बाहर के आदमी का what is it, गाली, कुछ भी जरूरत नहीं है आपको जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ने के लिए. आप ही काफी है आपके लिए. You're enough for yourself. You know what are your flaws. You know what are your drawbacks. Getting the point? In the Indian society, generally, if you see, why is it that we are ready to work 60 hours, 70 hours a week and all, or 100 hours a week? What is the reason for that? कुछ तो वजह होना चाहिए ना. One of the fundamental reason for that is basically we have very low self-esteem. As a society, we have very low self-esteem. खुद के बारे में we are not so confident. We are not a very confident society also. कैसे मैं ये कह सकता हूं? परवरिश. Indian parents, if you generally see, how many parents are there who will constantly tell their child, okay, you are improving a lot. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. But I think you can do a little more better. Huh? Either you maintain this track record or if you can, try to improve your performance a little more. This very few parents actually say this. In fact, most of the children in our society, if you see, they spend a great part of their childhood trying to impress parents. पापा को खुश रखना है, मम्मा को खुश रखना है. I'm not telling it is a bad thing. But उसके लिए भी एक expiry date होना चाहिए. Getting the point? Impressing, it is to a point where, okay, you achieved something, they are happy for you, okay. Not that it should continue right through your school, then it will enter into your college, then it will enter into your profession, then it will enter into your married life, post-marital life, once you become a father. That shouldn't be the case. अब इस चक्कर में, impress करने के चक्कर में, no matter whatever the parent says, like I don't know whether I told you already, Samantha very recently she had told her father always used to tell her, Samantha the actress from Telugu film industry, largely Telugu film industry, but she has worked in other industries also. So she basically told her father always used to tell her that you're not so great enough, you're not so intelligent, you're not so good enough. This is when she was bringing 90% in her 10th, 12th and all that. So she also always felt, yeah, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe I'm not good enough. जब खुद के अंदर मैं इतना अच्छा नहीं हूं, when you keep thinking like that, what happens is you try to win other people's attention या validation. आप ये ढूंढते रहोगे कि भाई कह दो ना कि मैं अच्छा काम कर रहा हूं, प्लीज टेल मी ना आई एम डूइंग अ गुड जॉब. यू विल ऑलवेज नीड समबडी टू टेल दैट टू यू, क्योंकि आपके मम्मी पापा ने आपसे कहा नहीं, तो आप बाहर वालों से भी यही उम्मीद रखोगे कि हां मुझे उसे इंप्रेस करना है. सो इवन व्हेन सच पीपल गेट इनटू अ जॉब आल्सो, दे आर ऑलवेज ट्राइंग टू इंप्रेस देयर सीनियर्स. क्यों? व्हाट वाज द परवरिश एट होम? Impress parents. Now you are taking that same emotion to your workplace also. I should impress my boss. Many people realize this after they have crossed 40 or 50, क्योंकि तब तक माँ बाप भी गुजर गए होंगे, माँ बाप के भी जितने भी पूरे खानदान है वो भी गुजर गए होंगे, देन दे विल रियलाइज कि फालतू के चक्कर में सबको इंप्रेस करते 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 खुद को इंप्रेस करना भूल गया. That is why you will generally see the post 40-50 people tend to be very happy. Why? Now nobody is there to impress. Up they have become the senior. But whatever organization they are in, or even if they have left their job, they will be happy now. Because they are no more seeking validation from anyone. Instagram influencers, etc. Sometimes you will see very old uncles and aunties have started dancing, posting videos, etc. Why? Now they are living for themselves. They are not living for him, her, samaj kya kahega and all that. Getting the point? I know you cannot write all this in the paper, but I want you to understand some reasons at least why our society is behaving the way they are. What is the wajah for it? One reason is this. We have all been taught to impress our elders at home, at school, college, workplace. Getting the point? Maslow calls all the 4 needs as deficit needs or D needs. He also calls them survival needs that are needed for maintenance of health. They are built into the human beings like instinct, and he calls them instinctoid or instinct-like needs. Deficiency motivation occurs when we lack something and attempt to meet that deficiency. Maslow talks about these levels in terms of homeostasis, the principle on which thermostat works. मतलब क्या है? So, till here, you call it deficit needs, instinctoid, survival needs. Till where? Till esteem needs you call it. क्योंकि इनके बिना कोई भी आदमी सर्वाइव नहीं कर सकते. सच बात है ना. खाना, रोटी, कपड़ा, मकान चाहिए, प्यार भी चाहिए, इज्जत भी चाहिए. Because without that you will not have proper health, both either physical or mental. Getting the point? These are instinct-based needs. Instinct-based needs means it is an automatic urge कि खाना होना चाहिए, कपड़ा होना चाहिए, सेफ्टी होना चाहिए, सिक्योरिटी होना चाहिए, रेस्पेक्ट होना चाहिए. These are all अंदर से आते हैं. हर इंसान से भी पूछो. इंडिया में definitely if you ask anybody, majority of them will fall in this category only. They will say, we need all of this, I need all of this. Nobody will say, I don't want any of this. Few will say, few. But majority will be in search of these. Clear? Then what is the other part what we read? That is, Maslow talks about these levels in terms of homeostasis. Homeostasis means just like our thermostat will work. Thermostat कैसे काम करते हैं? Thermostat is there in your fridge. Thermostat is even there in your AC. The room temperature starts increasing. आपने AC का temperature रखा है 24 degrees Celsius पर. Room temperature is slowly reaching 30 degrees Celsius. If you imagine, thermostat will sense it and it will trigger. Thermostat will trigger the compressor. Compressor will start working. That is when that sound will come from your fridge and your AC. One big sound. That sound will come. मॉडर्न एसी एंड मॉडर्न फ्रिज में उतना आवाज नहीं है, लेकिन फिर भी एक स्लाइट आवाज आएगा, विच सिंपली शोस व्हाट थर्मोस्टेट स्टार्टेड वर्किंग. क्यों? गर्मी बढ़ गई है. आफ्टर अ फ्यू मिनट्स, मे बी 10-15 minutes, the thermostat is going on working, cooling will start, temperature will decrease. जैसे टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज होता है, thermostat will cut off the compressor, means compressor बंद हो जाएगा. क्यों? It is very cool now. सेम वे, जब कोई भी चाहत पूरा नहीं हुआ है, इंसान का सोच उस चाहत के पीछे भागेगा. जैसे वो सेटिस्फाइड होता है, once that need is satisfied, it is no more a motivating factor. That is the point. Only till it is satisfied, it is a motivating factor, just like a thermostat. जब तक टेम्परेचर कम होता है, I mean, till what point the temperature reduces, till then compressor will work. उसके बाद कंप्रेसर काम करना स्टॉप हो जाएगा. सी तरह, as long as the need is not satisfied, it is motivating. Once it is satisfied, it is no more motivating. Any doubts? All right. Self-actualization needs. Self-actualization was coined by Kurt Goldstein and termed a growth need by Maslow, represents the culmination of all other needs. It involves seeking meaning and purpose in life, enhancing satisfaction and performance. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Bill Gates, after making billions and billions of dollars, when that much money starts coming to you, you will be like, इतना पैसों के साथ क्या करूं? I can get the food from the 5-star hotel. चलो, 5-star chef, I can hire him. I can ask him, मेरा घर में आकर, इधर मेरे घर में आकर खाना बना दो, या फिर रेस्टोरेंट से भिजवा दो. ठीक है. सारा का सारा ब्रांडेड क्लोथ्स. ठीक है. सबसे दुनिया के सबसे महंगी गाड़ी. जब when I'm having billions and billions of dollars in my account, 2 करोड़ की गाड़ी या 20 करोड़ की गाड़ी खरीदना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. आई कैन डू इट आराम से. 20 करोड़ का ही 10-20 गाड़ियां मैं खड़ा कर सकता हूं मेरे गैरेज में. उसके बाद there will be a saturation point, यहां पर, अरे यार इससे ज्यादा क्या करूं, इससे ज्यादा और कितना गाड़ी, और कितना महंगी गाड़ी, और कितना प्राइवेट जेट, और कितना यॉट. एक पॉइंट विल बी देयर वेयर यू आर लाइक, अरे इनफ, दिस इज नॉट गिविंग मी हैप्पीनेस एनीमोर. So then you discover, when you help other people and when they come and tell you thank you, that time you feel good about yourself. कुछ अच्छा काम किया है मैंने आज. So that feeling of internal satisfaction because you did something good gives meaning and purpose in life. That is the reason why many rich people, be it Tata, be it Azim Premji, be it Bill and Melinda Gates, these people, after making money, they are like, enough. इससे ज्यादा मैं इसके साथ क्या करूं? Getting the point? After fulfilling basic needs, individuals can focus on self-actualization to reach their fullest potential. Fulfilling basic needs. कौन सा basic needs? Here the basic needs we are referring to the deficit needs. यानी कि रोटी, कपड़ा, मकान, पैसा, शादी, इज्जत, सब कुछ है अभी. Just like the dialogue from that movie, Welcome. भगवान का दिया हुआ सब कुछ है, इज्जत है, शौहरत है, सब कुछ है. सिवाय क्या नहीं है, जिंदगी का मतलब क्या है, पर्पस क्या है. Getting the point? So, for that, now they try to do what? They try to help others. Individuals can focus on self actualization to reach their fullest potential. Self actualization is rare and demands qualities such as honesty, independence, awareness, objectivity, creativity, and originality. It represents excellence and is reflected in achieving high performance and contributing to organization goals. That is the point here, because you go beyond the normal call of duty. You don't think about what others will think, etc. You are not thinking that, okay, मेरा what is it, मेरा नौकरी का काम खत्म है, मैं ये नहीं करूंगा. So during the 26/11 attack also, Ashok, Vijay Salaskar, Ashok Kamke, as well as my God, I'm forgetting these names. Just give me a minute, people. Hemant Karkare, yeah. Hemant Karkare was about to have dinner with his family, with his daughters and his wife. He was just sat down for dinner. That is when he got this call that Mumbai is under attack. He did not show any change in his facial expression, nothing. He simply got up and he told, I'll just go and come. You people have your dinner and you guys settle down. So, what he did, he understood. They ate everything. They went inside. He came out. He switched off all the lights, locked the home from outside. Because इतना ही मालूम है कि टेरर अटैक है. वो लोग कहाँ है, क्या है, nothing he knows. So even if they are going to come to that apartment, once they see that there are no lights, it is locked from outside, they should not attack my family. He did that. He went directly to the area where the terrorists, wherever he was getting the information, the terrorists are in this region. He went there. अब ATS चीफ, एंटी टेरर स्क्वाड के चीफ का मतलब क्या है? घर में बैठकर ही कैन एक्चुअली गिवन ऑर्डर्स. हाँ, तुम यहां जाओ, तुम वहां जाओ, तुम इधर से आओ, तुम उधर से जाओ. He didn't do that. He got into the situation. Protocol doesn't warrant at all. As you climb up, when you're the head of an organization, they don't expect you to go and work at the grassroots or at the ground level. They only expect you to coordinate all the activities. Your job is that, coordinator. जब आप हाई पोस्ट में रहते हो तो. लेकिन उन्होंने वो नहीं किया. उस रात he understood the severity of the situation, so he went to put an end to the terrorist attack. That is self-actualization. Getting the point here? Because it represents excellence and is reflected in achieving high performance and contributing to organizational goals. और ये करने के लिए आपको क्या चाहिए? आप ऑनेस्ट होना चाहिए, इंडिपेंडेंट, अवेयरनेस, ऑब्जेक्टिविटी, क्रिएटिविटी और ओरिजिनलिटी की जरूरत है. क्लियर? This need arises only after lower order needs are fulfilled. To achieve self-actualization, individuals must possess specific attributes, including. So, that is why he called the self-actualization need ko. What did he call? He called this growth need. Clear, people? Any doubts till here? Any questions? All right. Now, what are the attributes? Lack of overriding guilt and anxiety. Guilt भी नहीं होना चाहिए, anxiety भी नहीं, घबराहट, constantly घबराहट, and always feeling, अरे क्या ना मैंने सही किया, क्या मैंने गलत किया, क्या मैंने सही किया. ये वाले लोग इसके लायक नहीं है, क्योंकि इन्हें वही प्रॉब्लम है जो मैंने पहले कहा था. इंप्रेस करने के चक्कर में सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस नाम का चीज ही नहीं है इनके अंदर. दे विल नेवर बी सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइज. उनके मरते दम तक दे विल ऑलवेज बी अरे अरे अरे. दे विल ऑलवेज बी लाइक दैट. Inclination for solitude and privacy. These people who are actually doing this, who are capable of self-actualization, उनकी सबसे बड़े trait क्या होंगे? They can actually live alone. Living alone means it is not that, okay, completely alone, you are cut off from all the world. ना. इसका मतलब है, they will be having servant, maid, cook, everything will be there. लेकिन ये लोग ज्यादा लोगों के साथ बातचीत नहीं करोगे. इनका एक बड़ा फ्रेंड सर्कल, एक सोशल सर्कल, सैटरडे संडे को जाके पार्टीइंग, दैट वोंट बी देयर. दे कैन आराम से, दे आर वेरी वेरी कंफर्टेबल इन देयर ओन कंपनी. आई कीप गेटिंग मैसेजेस फ्रॉम द स्टूडेंट्स. कुछ लोग मुझे चैट में, पर्सनल चैट में, टेलीग्राम में मुझे मैसेज करेगा, सर मेरे ना यहाँ पर दोस्त नहीं है और मैं अपने दोस्तों को मिस कर रहा हूं. दे आर नॉट वेरी क्लिंगी पीपल. They are those people who are so confident about themselves. तुझे जाना है, तू जा. That is what it is. They don't have that mindset of that 15-year-old. अरे ये मेरा पहले बार एक लड़की ने आकर मुझसे हाँ कहा, अगर ये चली गई तो कोई और नहीं है. That way they don't think or they don't function like that. They literally believe in that adage. If it is true love, let them go. If they are yours, they'll come back. They are not yours, they will go. Clear? So they are totally capable of living alone. बिना कोई बड़े फ्रेंड सर्कल, सोशल सर्कल, कुछ भी जरूरी नहीं है. उनको बस अपना काम से मतलब है. काम करो, खत्म बात. Desire for autonomy and freedom. As much as they will not depend on others, they also don't like what? They also don't like being dependent on others. Getting the point? They will not depend on anything for anybody. That is, उनके लिए उनकी आजादी ही सबसे बड़ी चीज है. Number 4, derivation of ecstasy, inspiration and strength from the basic experiences of life. That is खुद की तजुर्बा, बेसिक चीजों से they will get excited. They'll get a kick when they achieve something. Personally, when they achieve something, they get a kick out of it. They don't require somebody to come and tell, congratulations, my boy. कोई जरूरत नहीं है. उनके लिए अगर उन्होंने ओके पहले दिन उनके पर्सनल रिकॉर्ड थे, ओके व्हाट इज इट, 15 किलो, सॉरी 30 किलो चेस्ट प्रेस, वो 15 से 22.5 तक आ गया. They will be very happy with it. इसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है? Some people will, what is so great about this? दूसरों के लिए ग्रेट नहीं है, उनके लिए ग्रेट है. Like I told you, they don't worry about parents क्या सोच रहा है, समाज क्या सोच रहा है, nothing. खुद की खुशी important for them. खुद की achievement important for them. Deep feeling of identification and sympathy for humanity. That is, they identify what are the problems that human beings are facing, and they have deep sympathy for it. Genuinely they want to do something कि समाज में थोड़ा और कुछ और बढ़िया कर सके. Reduce the trouble, the problems of other people, like that. Experiences of mystic happenings. Mystic happenings. Mystic का मतलब है they believe in this, जैसे कि I don't know how to put it in Hindi. It's called omen. O-M-E-N. जैसे कि they believe in gurus. Gurus, when I say, don't think it to be from a religious guru perspective, like Hinduism में जैसे हम guru कहते हैं, not that way. They believe that some people come to their life to tell them something, to teach something. They are ready for the experiences of life, whatever life has to give. So they basically believe, okay, कोई जब कोई आता है जिंदगी में, या तो कुछ सिखाने के लिए होगा या कुछ सीखने के लिए होगा. So they believe in all that. Interpersonal relations they only have with a few people. Like I told you, these are people who will keep their circle very, very tight. वो क्या है क्या नहीं है, only a very few people will be knowing about them, because फालतू बात करने के लिए इनके पास वक्त नहीं है. They are busy with their life. Ability to differentiate between ends and means as well as right and wrong. Again, they are very clear cut. सही क्या है, गलत क्या है. Ends and means का मतलब है टारगेट क्या है, दैट इज एंड. मीन्स क्या है, कैसे वो टारगेट तक पहुंचना है, कौन सा रास्ता लेना है, दैट इज मीन्स. Sense of humor, creativity, originality, that also they will have. Why? Because these are people who will not get immediately anxious. खुद का कोई अगर दर्द है, परेशानी है, they'll make a joke out of it. खुद का व्हाट इज इट मजाक उड़ाने में इनको कोई तकलीफ ही नहीं होता. क्लियर? एनी डाउट्स? Although Maslow's hierarchy is often seen as a strict progression, he acknowledged that needs do not always follow this rigid order. मैस्लो ने खुद मान लिया कि नीड्स हमेशा यही रिजिड ऑर्डर फॉलो नहीं करेगा. कैसे? आई विल गिव यू एग्जांपल्स. अब मैस्लो ने क्या कहा है? मैस्लो ने कहा है जब तक सेफ्टी नीड्स सैटिस्फाइड नहीं होते, बिलोंगिंग नीड्स विल नॉट स्टार्ट. लेकिन दावे के साथ कह सकता हूं, जितने भी एकेडमीज है, नॉट जस्ट विद यूपीएससी, एनी एकेडमी इन दिस कंट्री विच इज गिविंग गाइडेंस फॉर ऑफलाइन एग्जाम, ऑफलाइन कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स के लिए, वहां पर डेफिनेटली देयर विल बी लवर्स. एकेडमी आने के बाद दे मेट एंड दे फेल इन लव. अब उनके पास कौन सा सेफ्टी नीड सेटिस्फाइड हुआ है? What sort of safety do they have? And in today's generation is even more crazy. In my generation, at least, there was this discussion that okay, we will definitely get married and all that. Today's generation, what I clearly know is they know it already that ये शादी तक नहीं पहुंचेगा. They are very, very, very aware. Getting the point? And they claim also that they are in love, but they know it that it is only till the coaching is there. Once जहां coaching खत्म, relationship भी खत्म. Getting the point? So even if safety needs are not satisfied, belonging needs can start. In other words, academies में अगर आप देखोगे तो what do you see? Academies में safety needs are not satisfied, still belonging needs are there. Correct? And the other thing, what is it? Self-actualization will only come if lower level needs are satisfied. ठीक है? That is what he told. To an extent, it is true. I gave you the example of Azim Premji, टाटा, बिल एंड मेलिंडा गेट्स, ऑल ऑफ दैट. लेकिन इसके लिए भी एक एक्सेप्शन है. I know the name it's a little difficult. His name is Hare Kala Hajjaba. He is a orange seller basically in Mangalore, Karnataka. खासियत क्या है? ऑरेंज सेल कर कर पैसे जो मिलते थे, उस पैसे से ही यूज टू मेक अ सेविंग. सेव करके 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 व्हाट ही हैज डन इज ही बिल्ट अ स्कूल इन हिज विलेज. अब ये सोच लो कि ऑरेंज सेलिंग से कितना मुनाफा बना सकते हो आप, उस मुनाफे में आप कितना बचा सकते हो. And with that very small amount, he managed to construct a beautiful school in his village. What is the reason? I have not studied. I want the children in my village to study. अब उसको अगर देखोगे तो उस आदमी के पास फिजियोलॉजिकल नीड्स, फूड उतना नहीं मिलता, खाना. ही डजंट हैव ऑब्वियसली फ्रूट सेल कर हाउ मच मनी यू विल मेक. नंबर वन, सेफ्टी नीड्स, खुद का घर भी नहीं है, छोटा सा कुछ एक स्मॉल हट जैसा है, लेकिन यू कैन नॉट कॉल इट सेफ्टी. लव एंड इंक्लूजन, ही इज नॉट मैरिड. Izzat, he is not worried about power and recognition. Why? I'll tell you that also. Now, he was awarded the Padma Shri. All right. He went to receive the award. If you look at the photo itself, at that video itself, you will actually feel, there is no purpose of thinking about power, mujhe chahiye, izzat chahiye. There is no need. Because this man, wearing a very traditional dhoti and a shirt with no slipper, sandal, nothing, is standing there, not knowing कि मुझे क्यों बुलाया यहाँ पर. He had that expression on his face constantly because he is not understanding. यार तू president of India से award ले रहे हो, we would have gone पागल. He is standing there, हो गया ना, मैं जाऊं अभी, प्लीज मुझे जाने दो ना, मुझे इतना भीड़ अच्छा नहीं लगता. You can read it from his face. You can read it from his face that that man is not at all comfortable with that huge मुझे क्यों बुलाया यहां पर, he had that expression on his face constantly because he is not understanding. यार तू प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया से अवार्ड ले रहे हो, वी वुड हैव गॉन पागल. ही स्टैंडिंग दर, हो गया ना, मैं जाऊं अभी, प्लीज मुझे जाने दो ना, मुझे इतना भीड़ अच्छा नहीं लगता. यू कैन रीड इट फ्रॉम हिज फेस. You can read it from his face that that man is not at all comfortable with that huge crowd and everything. He is like, मुझे जाने दो, जाने दो. Like that it is written on his face. This is the reality. मतलब अगर ये नीड satisfied नहीं है, deficit needs, even if it is not satisfied, people are absolutely capable of thinking about self-actualization. ये दोनों एग्जाम्पल से एक चीज जाहिर हो रहा है, वो क्या है कि जरूरी नहीं है लोअर लेवल नीड सेटिस्फाई होकर ही हायर लेवल नीड अराइज हो जाएगा. Even if that is in the case of academies, I told you, it is what you are not, the safety needs are not satisfied, still belonging needs is triggered. And in the case of Haregala Hajjappa, we know neither the physiological needs, safety needs, belonging needs, or esteem needs, none of these are satisfied. And he's still straight away thinking about what? Self-actualization. Getting the point here? So, this is one thing. ये order follow करना कोई जरूरी बात नहीं है. दूसरी बात, simultaneously you can have all the needs arising. Physiological, safety, belonging, as well as esteem. Almost all of you are sitting and preparing for UPSC. This is the reason. Even self-actualization also, I would say. Why? Your opportunity to bring a positive change in the society. That is the reason why so many people are sitting and preparing for this exam. Even though when they know that, सबको मालूम है, the failure rate in UPSC is what? 99.997%. हार्पिक के एफिशिएंसी से भी ज्यादा एफिशिएंट है यूपीएससी में हारने वालों की आंकड़ा 99.997%. Then why is it that still people are preparing for it? Because this is the ticket to all the needs. एक बार सर्विस के अंदर घुस गया, कोई भी सर्विस हो, कोई भी सर्विस, all the needs are taken care of. All the needs. खाने के बारे में you wouldn't have to worry. Stability के बारे में you don't have to worry. शादी definitely हो जाएगा, especially to the men out there. इज्जत definitely मिलेगा. Self actualization easily. तो साथ में सारे नीड्स ट्रिगर हो सकता है. मोटिवेटेड हो सकता है. गेटिंग द पॉइंट हियर. For instance, some individuals may prioritize self-esteem over love, or creative fulfillment may take precedence over basic needs. As one need is satisfied, it no longer motivates and the urgency shifts to another unsatisfied need. एक बार एक need satisfied हो गया तो immediately they go on to the next. सही बात है. Even when we also what we will do once we buy a car, first car, okay. कुछ लोग उससे ही खुश हो जाते हैं. कुछ लोग क्या सोचते हैं, अब ये गाड़ी ले लिया, अगले बार इससे भी थोड़ा महंगा गाड़ी लेना है. अगला नीड. गेटिंग द पॉइंट. मूविंग ऑन. एनी क्वेश्चंस पीपल? Maslow's hierarchy of needs advanced the social psychological approach in public administration by emphasizing the role of human emotions and needs in motivating individuals. So, basically, the focus was on human emotions and needs. How will that motivate individuals in public administration? Clear. However, while some research supports his ideas, most studies have found little evidence for the specific ranking or hierarchical order of these needs. Maslow's theory has faced criticism for its small sample size and controversial methodology. The hierarchy lacks flexibility as people prioritize needs differently, with some valuing esteem or security more. Matlab, again, what we discussed, that is, it depends from individual to individual what their motivation is. Or 1 minute. I'll draw it off and keep that will be easy. So, physical needs, safety needs, social needs, self-esteem needs, self-actualization. जरूरी नहीं है कि सबका इंटरेस्ट, जैसे कि हरेकाला हज्जाबा के केस में हमने देख लिया, इवन तो ऑल दीज 4 नीड्स वर लेफ्ट अनसेटिस्फाइड, ही वाज वैल्यूइंग व्हाट सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन. सो हर इंडिविजुअल का ये वेरी करेगा, एंड इट इज नॉट दैट ऐसे 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 ही ऊपर तक जाएगा. एनी ऑर्डर इट कैन बी, डिपेंड्स फ्रॉम इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल. Needs do not emerge suddenly but gradually, and human behavior is influenced by multiple motivations, not just a single need. Critics argue that is, like I told you, in the case of UPSC aspirants, if you actually see, the case of UPSC aspirants, if you actually see, all the needs are triggered. Okay, that is the worst color to choose. All right. So all the needs are triggered simultaneously. That is the reason why they're preparing for UPSC or any government exam, basically. Critics argue that Maslow's definition of self-actualization is vague and difficult to test scientifically. The concept is hard to replicate as a motivation model for increasing productivity, and Maslow's research was based on a limited sample of acquaintances and biographies of individuals he considered self-actualized. Self-actualization, okay, we understood what it is. Azim Premji, Tata, Harekala, Hajjabba. अब ये बोलो, ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर हम कैसे लाएंगे? How will we ensure that a person has enough confidence, a person has enough capability to contribute towards the organizational goals beyond the call of duty? ये हम कैसे करेंगे? Because generally, if you see private organization, public organization में, people will only do what is told to them. Majority of the people will only do जितना कहा गया है, बस तो उतना ही, बस मैं उतना ही करूंगा, उससे ज्यादा नहीं. अब उनके अंदर ये सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन का क्वालिटी कैसे इम्बाइब करें? हाउ विल आई क्रिएट इट फ्रॉम इनसाइड? वी डोंट नो. And self-actualization's definition, for that reason we say Maslow also was not so clear about it. क्योंकि Maslow ये जो theory जो बनाया है, he has made it on the basis of what? a few interviews that he had conducted with acquaintances, जान पहचान वालों के साथ थोड़ा बातचीत. दूसरी चीज, from the biographies of individuals he considered self-actualized. बायोग्राफी का मतलब क्या है? खुद का कहानी, खुद की जिंदगी का कहानी. So based on his reading of a few autobiographies, he came to the conclusion that, okay, this is why that is, he studied about, let us say, Gandhi, Nehru, etc. Based on that reading, he concluded this is what self-actualization is. So there is no clear idea about it, what it is. Any doubt so far? I know, that's it. Maslow is only that much. All right. So just as usual, nothing till here. You have deficit needs, instinctoid survival. And this alone here is your growth need. Clear? The rest of it is pretty much explanatory, self-explanatory only. Coming to the PYQ, no direct question has been asked with regard to this anywhere. No direct question has come anywhere. लेकिन इससे जुड़े हुए बहुत सारे चीज we can find it where, as usual, that question has come. Paper 1 syllabus, we will see when we will finish. I already told you it will take around 6 months time. That is the last I can tell you. Paper 1 कब खत्म हो जाएगा, we will see it in a while. I'm not going to make any promises because बाद में आप लोग mentors को भी तंग कर देंगे, customer support को भी तंग कर देंगे कि सर ने ये दिन बोला था लेकिन उस दिन तक it has not got covered, etc. So I told you, calculate 6 months from the date when you join the class. That is the day when syllabus will get over. So no direct questions have come, but we need this theory in our other, what is it? Paper 2. Paper 2 में इसका काम आएगा. We'll see when we are discussing paper 2, that time we will mention it. Next thinker in line is Frederick Herzberg. Time is 2:55. Okay, let us take a 15-minute break. By 3:10, we will get back. Okay. के लिए या करवाने हायर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन that will be handling under Hertzberg's motivation theory. All right, people. The two-factor theory, hygiene and motivation seekers, job enrichment, job loading, process of enriching jobs, evaluation. These are the subtopics that we'll be handling under Hertzberg's motivation theory. Again, introduction. Frederick Hertzberg developed the two-factor theory of hygiene and motivators in 1968, building on Maslow's hierarchy of needs and inspired by Argyris, Maslow, McGregor. We'll be seeing about these thinkers, that is Argyris and McGregor, next. He used empirical surveys to conclude that motivating factors are crucial for higher organizational output and a positive work experience. सही है, क्योंकि कुछ तो मोटिवेशन होना चाहिए ना काम करने के लिए या करवाने के लिए, कुछ तो मोटिवेशन होना जरूरी है. So he focused on that. Hertzberg's two-factor theory, also known as the two-factor content theory or two needs theory, posits that needs arise from the desire to avoid pain and foster psychological growth. दर्द को दूर रखने के लिए या साइकोलॉजिकली ग्रो करने के लिए, these are the two reasons for what any motivation. Now you are also trying to prepare for this exam. Why? To avoid the pain of a difficult life. देखो, अगर ये एग्जाम क्लियर नहीं होगा तो भी you will be able to live. There is no doubt about it. But you are working hard for what purpose? You don't want that failure to happen where you feel very uncomfortable. You don't want that. So to avoid it, you are putting in the effort. You don't want the pain of disrespect. You don't want the pain of not being recognized. To avoid all that, you're working hard. He identified factors that leads to job satisfaction and that result in job dissatisfaction. What is satisfaction and dissatisfaction? You will see it now. The two-factor theory. Hertzberg's motivation theory, part of content theory, emphasizes internal and external factors influencing motivation. He developed the two-factor theory, distinguishing between growth factors related to job content and maintenance factors related to job context. He gave two factors here. One is hygiene factors, other is growth factors. Hygiene factors, growth factors. अब ये क्या है? Hygiene factors are like the basic things that anybody needs. Clean place to work, a decent salary, all of this. तो अगर basic things are there, like a clean place to work, decent salary, etc., there will be no dissatisfaction. Mind you, no dissatisfaction does not mean he is satisfied. इतना है कि नाराज नहीं हूं, लेकिन इसका मतलब नहीं है कि खुश हूं. Getting the point? नाराज नहीं हूं मैं, लेकिन इसका मतलब यह नहीं कि मैं खुश हूं. और अगर ये दोनों नहीं है तो definitely I'm going to be dissatisfied. I'll be definitely dissatisfied. And basically you can find this example where पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशंस प्लस म्युनिसिपैलिटीज में आपको ये से लोगों को देखने के लिए मिलेंगे. क्यों? क्योंकि जो लोग पंचायती राज इंस्टीट्यूशन और म्युनिसिपैलिटीज में काम कर रहे हैं उनके सैलरी भी कम है. एनवायरनमेंट भी ऐसा नहीं है कि they are having a nice office, AC is working, they have a big table, nice 360-degree rolling chair, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. छोटा सा टेबल मिलेगा, छोटा सा कुर्सी मिलेगा, बस उतना ही है ना. सो ऑटोमेटिकली दे विल बी डिससैटिस्फाइड विद देयर जॉब फ्रॉम डे वन. That is the reason when you visit any panchayat office, any municipality, why? Even if you visit plus group C government employees, सेंट्रल ऑफिस हो या स्टेट ऑफिस, वहां पर लोगों को जब आप मिलते हो, यू कैन ऑलवेज सी दे आर नॉट हैप्पी, ऑलवेज डिससैटिस्फाइड. चेहरा देखकर ही आपको लगेगा अरे यार ये क्या एक्सप्रेशन है इस चेहरे, देखो इस चेहरे को देखकर कुछ पूछने का भी मन नहीं कर रहा है. दैट इज अ रियलिटी. अगर ये सब चीज अगर है उनके पास तो ज्यादा खुश भी नहीं होंगे. ओके, दैट्स इट. सो वंस द हाइजीन फैक्टर्स आर टेकन केयर ऑफ, जैसे कि सैलरी मिल रहा है, क्लीन एनवायरनमेंट, सब कुछ टेकन केयर ऑफ है, द नेक्स्ट थिंग कम्स इज व्हाट? The next thing in line comes is growth factor, where if you have opportunities for growth, promotion, responsibility बढ़ रहा है, आप एक बड़े प्रोजेक्ट को हेड कर रहे हो, you'll be highly satisfied with your job. When that is not there, you are just doing some routine job, then you will have what? No satisfaction in your job only. So one service in that regard, the Indian Post and Telecommunication Service, if you see, one of the criticism on that with regard to the job is it's a very routine job. It's a very, very routine job. Similar to again Indian Railways and account service. Routine काम है. तो उसमें ज्यादा ग्रोथ के लिए जगह नहीं है. दैट मीन्स इंडियन रेलवेज, अकाउंट सर्विस, बात है कि दोनों ग्रुप ए सर्विस है, लेकिन व्हाट? रूटीन जॉब. Growth का possibility absolutely it is not there. So they will always not have a satisfaction. लेकिन इस सर्विस का सबसे बड़ा खासियत क्या है? Work-life balance. You are definitely going to attend your child's annual day. You will be definitely present for their PTA meetings. You will be literally part of their life. लेकिन वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस होने की वजह से आदमी एकदम ये आई एम हैप्पीएस्ट मैन इन द वर्ल्ड, दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू हैपन. ही विल बी लाइक ओके, नो डिससैटिस्फैक्शन, बीवी भी खुश, बच्चे भी खुश, मैं तो गम में नहीं हूं, नॉट सैड, बिकॉज आई हैव decently everything. I have a decent job, I have a decent salary, I have a decent family life. So I'm not sad. Doesn't mean I'm happy. Because what will give you true happiness is what? If there was option for growth, no growth in the career as such. You'll keep getting promotions, but you're not going to reach top of something. For that, chances are very rare. Any questions? All right. Hertzberg believed that hygiene factors could cause job dissatisfaction if absent, but their presence alone did not lead to motivation or satisfaction. While these factors are necessary to prevent dissatisfaction, they do not contribute to long-term job satisfaction or motivation. Instead, growth motivators are essential for fostering lasting positive job attitudes and performance. Hygiene factors, as per Hertzberg, are company policy and administration, supervision, interpersonal relations with supervisor, peers and subordinates, salary, job security, personal life, working environment, status. आप अगर इस चीजों को देखोगे तो you know it very well. If these are not there, army will become what? Ekdam dissatisfied, totally unhappy. Correct? But if these are there, it is not that the person will become very excited also. The person will be like, okay. That much we can say. Because it will depend upon what type of company it is, what is the type of supervision. Again, that is who is the boss, what is your relationship with your supervisor, with your colleagues, with your subordinates, your salary, how secure is your job, personal life, working environment. Finally, what is the status that you carry, the izzat that you carry. All these are what he calls as the hygiene factors. अगर है तो आदमी एकदम मोटिवेटेड नहीं होगा, लेकिन अगर नहीं है आदमी विल बिकम वेरी मिजरेबल. वो एकदम खुश भी नहीं होगा, विल बी वेरी सैड, विल बी वेरी अनहैप्पी. क्लियर? आगे. Motivation factors or satisfiers were the ones that led to job satisfaction, achievement, recognition, and challenge. This is also the reason why everybody craves for IAS, IPS, IFS, IRS. We stop for service, stop for service. Why do we keep telling it? Because they do have a direct impact on what? The whole Indian administration. The impact is huge because the sky is the limit when it comes to these 4 services. If I reduce that number again, it is largely what? These 3 services mainly. That is why there is that much of craving, because the satisfaction level that you get once you're into those 3 services, it is on another level. Getting the point? That is why, like we have discussed in our earlier classes also, even if salary is a little less, etc., but if the job is having all these powers, the ability to bring changes, अगर वो सब चीजें हैं, even salary अगर कम भी है तो काम करने के लिए तैयार हूं. That is what some people at least told, because that is the idea here. It gives you that immense sense of job satisfaction because you're able to do something. Clear? The presence of these factors motivated employees, but their absence did not lead to job dissatisfaction. And what are the motivators? Achievement, advancement, possibility of growth, nature of work, responsibility. आगे बढ़ना, अचीव करना, हासिल करना, और भी ग्रोथ के पॉसिबिलिटीज. काम कौन सा टाइप काम है? जिम्मेदारी. लेकिन आई एम जस्ट हाइपोथेटिकल सिनेरियो. Lipika became an IPS officer, let us say. She became an IPS officer. And during her career, in the state government itself, she was handling law and order and she was doing a great job with it. Crime rate ekdam kam ho gaya, and she was the, let us say, she was the IG, law and order, Inspector General, law and order. Law and order handle कर रहे थे, and she was also loving the job because now she was able to show कि वो किस हद तक काबिल है. Now state government, for only for political reasons, what they did, they transferred her from law and order to straight to now traffic. IG ट्रैफिक, मतलब ट्रैफिक से जुड़े हुए प्रॉब्लम्स डील करेंगे. वो क्या है? कौन सीट बेल्ट नहीं पहना है, कितने लोग हेलमेट नहीं पहना था, कितने लोग ट्रिपल्स मारकर चल रहे थे, कितने लोग दारू पीकर गाड़ी चल रहे थे. बेसिकली पेपर वर्क ओनली, मोस्टली कंपाइल द डेटा, क्योंकि अलग अलग स्टेशन से रिपोर्ट आ जाएगा, वो कंपाइल करो, सेंड इट टू योर हायर अप. दैट इज ओनली जॉब. अब क्या सीन है? She won't feel satisfied with the job. Getting the point? शी इज नॉट हैप्पी, नॉट दैट शी इज सैड. सैड बनने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है. क्यों? इज्जत है अभी भी, क्योंकि शी इज स्टिल द इंस्पेक्टर जनरल. अभी भी खुद का ऑफिस है. हर सबऑर्डिनेट्स आर रेस्पेक्टिंग हर. ग्रेट. हर सुपरवाइजर इज ऑल्सो रेस्पेक्टिंग हर. ग्रेट. Her colleagues are also respecting her. No issues. Her work environment is very safe. Job is still secure. Salary is coming to her account. So there is no issue here as such if you see. Getting the point? So this is the importance of your career also. When you are given a very important job, responsibility जैसे आपका ज्यादा बढ़ेगा, you will feel very satisfied with your job. But don't think that all the 30 years of your service हमेशा के लिए you will always hold important post. ना, कभी कभार ऐसा भी होगा, you will get a वाहियात post. Absolute वाहियात post you will get. You will be like, earlier I was handling intelligence bureau के matters. Intelligence bureau में deputation में I was handling so much of things with regard to our India's internal security. अब मुझे बिठा दिया है ट्रैफिक में. ये क्या है ये? You will not feel happy, but you are not sad also. Any doubts here? Herzberg distinguished satisfiers from dissatisfiers. कैसे? Satisfiers were related to task performed. मतलब किस टाइप का काम है, रूटीन काम है या डायनामिक है, जिम्मेदारी ज्यादा है, जिम्मेदारी कम है, all of that. That is what satisfaction is related to. So satisfaction comes from when you get more power, more responsibility, all of that. Dissatisfiers, that is largely to do with what? Dissatisfiers is to do with the work environment. He saw salary as a motivator only in group settings, not a true satisfier. That is what he said. Salary is not a true satisfier at all. For Herzberg, job satisfaction and dissatisfaction were independent, not on a continuum. That means, if you see it clearly here in this diagram also, both are two different lines. Hygiene factors अपने जगह, growth factors अपने जगह. It is not a single line. Not dissatisfaction, ऐसा नहीं है कि dissatisfaction के बाद no dissatisfaction, उसके बाद satisfaction, no satisfaction, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. ये दोनों अपने अपने जगह में अलग अलग चीजें हैं. Clear? For Herzberg, job satisfaction and dissatisfaction were independent and not on a continuum. Hygiene factors caused dissatisfaction and needed to be addressed first, after which motivation factors could be enhanced to boost job satisfaction. मतलब पहले आप क्या किस चीज पर ध्यान करना चाहिए? वर्क लाइफ, एनवायरनमेंट, सैलरी, सुपरवाइजर, colleagues, subordinates, in all these things, status, पहले इन चीजों पर. ये चीजें सारे आपने अगर सेटिस्फाई किया है, then comes the next set, which is what? Growth factors or motivation, which is to do with achievement, advancement, growth, responsibility, etc. तो इससे पहले किए बगैर ये करने में कोई फायदा नहीं है. That is what he is telling. First focus on hygiene factors. After hygiene only growth comes. Hygiene factors cause dissatisfaction and needed to be addressed first, after which motivation factors could be enhanced to boost job satisfaction. Then he talks about hygiene and motivation seekers. There are two types of people. Some people are only concerned about what actually? Generally, salary. Some will actually look for what? Growth, power, all of that. Any doubts here till here? Any questions? Hertzberg categorized workers into hygiene seekers and motivation seekers. Hygiene seekers कौन है? जैसे कि मैंने कहा, they are primarily driven by external rewards. अंदर की satisfaction, अंदर की खुशी, इन लोगों को इस ऐसे वाली चीजों से कोई मतलब नहीं है. कितना सैलरी आ रहा है, मुझे बाहर में कितना लोग मुझे इज्जत दे रहा है, रिश्ता कैसे है, मेरे वर्क एनवायरनमेंट कैसे है, only those things matter to them and can lead an organization to maintain its current state. मतलब what is the use of hygiene seekers? Keep paying them more and more salary, they'll keep working more and more. Salary zyada de do, they will work more efficiently, as they are often motivated by basic conditions rather than internal satisfaction. So इन लोगों को internal satisfaction से कोई लेना देना. You pay me well, I will do your work well. You don't pay me well, I will go to another company. That is the only logic here. He termed them barrack soldiers because they focus on avoiding dissatisfaction rather than achieving motivation. Barrack soldiers. Barrack soldiers means foot level soldiers. Army. जो पहले जाते हैं ना जंग के मैदान में, जो पहले जाते हैं गोली खाने के लिए, they are your barrack soldiers. So those soldiers, if you really ask them why they joined army, the jawans basically, not the army officers, lieutenant, colonel, major, captain, no. Talking about the normal jawans. Why they joined army? The basic reason for joining it would have been money, job security. Money was the main motivating factor. That is the only reason they joined it. So some security is there. They will also get the status. Army wala hai. Kafi. They focus on avoiding dissatisfaction rather than achieving intrinsic satisfaction. They may not be motivated even with improved hygiene factors, which could lead to lower productivity, creativity, and increased absenteeism. Matlab, you give them more salary, you give them a better work environment, it is not necessary that their productivity will suddenly improve. It can actually lead to lower productivity, creativity, and increased absenteeism. This best example is workers of PSU. उनको सैलरी ज्यादा देने से या फिर बेटर वर्क एनवायरनमेंट, क्योंकि वहां पर वर्कर्स इन पीएसयू मींस यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड वो किसी का भी नहीं सुनता, हमारा यूनियन है, दैट इज हाउ दे यूज्ड टू बिहेव. सो ऑब्वियसली व्हाट विल हैपन, प्रोडक्टिविटी विल बी लो. दे ओनली टेल हमें हमारा हक चाहिए, दे कीप डिमांडिंग मोर सैलरी, एंड जस्ट बिकॉज यू पे देम मोर सैलरी डजंट मीन देयर प्रोडक्टिविटी विल इंक्रीज. That is the point. They'll demand their rights. मुझे हमें ज्यादा सैलरी, हमें ये चाहिए, हमें वो चाहिए. देकर देखो. It is not that their productivity will increase. They'll actually, क्योंकि उन्हें मालूम पड़ गया ना, अभी इतना मिला, थोड़ा और अगर हम इकट्ठा होकर we will fight a little more, maybe we'll get a little more money. Getting the point. So one of my senior, when he was actually working with the Port Trust of India, so he went there. He was like one of my friend means he's a little senior to me. So he went there. He was the MD. He was appointed as the acting MD or something for that particular port. So that time, morning he went and he saw one guy is coming to his office. Had come to his office wearing only one lungi, one dhoti, just tied very roughly. Not the white color one, the colored one. And he came there and he told, Saab, any problem, come to me. He was like, obviously, he was also knew that my friend. So he asked him, who are you again? He said, I am here, union leader, sir. And he was like, तो तुम्हें काम नहीं है क्या? Sir, the union ही हमारा काम है. He's actually a worker there. He's supposed to be reporting for duty. But instead of that, his job is basically he'll walk around the port whenever he wants, do a little bit of union work in the morning, he'll show his face everywhere, and then he will go. That's it. By 1 hour or something, he will do this union ka thoda kaam, and then he will go. What job he is supposed to do actually, that he will not do. Getting the point. Most of the PSUs in our country, one of the major reason, today PSUs don't run like this. First of all, in any PSU, if you do this nonsense today, you will be fired from the job in no time. But in an earlier Samana, that was not the case. वर्कर्स कब आ रहा है कब जा रहा है इसका कोई हिसाब नहीं था. Clear, people? Hertzberg noted that while it's easier to use fear of dissatisfaction for motivation, this approach is detrimental to long-term organizational goals. Fear of dissatisfaction for motivation. Matlab, I won't give you the increment if you don't work hard. I will fire you if you don't work hard. This is the language that is being used these days. Like I told you, FIT JEE, that online platform, I hope most of you would have seen that video. First of all, for 4 months, the faculties were not paid. And when another faculty asked, you have made an investment worth 142 crore in another company, then this owner got very angry. And he started threatening, abusing, using very filthy language. Now, doing this will not work for the organization in the long-term perspective. What will happen? It will collapse. Because any organization, I'm telling you, there are two people that you should take care of. One, your customers, definitely. Second, your employees. Yeah, we can hire anybody from the market. There is huge unemployment in India. You can hire anybody from the market. But don't expect that they will also show the same loyalty what your old staff showed. So I have, at least in this last 10 years, I've been part of many organizations where I've seen some rising up and I've also seen many going down. And one of the fundamental reasons for them to go down is what? Basically, they were using this threatening language. Fear of dissatisfaction. कि नौकरी से निकाल दूंगा. So you have fear then job secure नहीं होगा. Salary increment नहीं मिलेगा. So all this when you do, people will either leave the organization. Getting the point? Again, when you don't take your customers or treat your customers properly, same thing. Instead, he recommended job enrichment and vertical loading to enhance motivation. Job enrichment का मतलब है जिम्मेदारी बढ़ा दो. Responsibility. Make the job more meaningful. Vertical loading also means that is raising you up. From one level, you're going up. Now you are handling a better team and all that. So that way what happens, your responsibilities once it increases, automatically you will feel what, yes, I am important. I am important for the organization. Clear, people? This topic, hygiene seeker versus motivation seeker, again I put it in a tabular format. This we will take it up tomorrow. Any doubts, people? So let's call it a day then.